here with the Red Cliffs Desert Reserve. Today we are going to be exploring a few different locations throughout our area, looking for different types of aquatic life. We are going to check out some vernal pools. We are going to check out some snowmelt fed streams and some spring fed streams, and then hopefully make it all the way down to the Virgin River, which is the main water source for our whole area. Right now we are on Grapevine Wash, and we're gonna go see what we can find. And thus far, the only signs of life that we have found are not aquatic. These are dinosaur tracks. Not really, sadly. Probably a turkey down here looking for some tasty roots or grubs to eat. So we have found a really cool iridescent water beetle here. Zoom in on him, you can see the neat patterns on his shell. He's just chilling, getting some sunshine. Zoom out so you can see what a neat spot this beetle has for a home. We are in Red Reef right now. Red Reef is fed by Quail Creek, and just like Grapevine Wash, this is all snow melt coming off the Pine Valley Mountains. So this does not flow year-round, only in the spring, and then again during our monsoon season when we have those really significant rainstorms. That time of year, you wouldn't want to come up here. It can be very dangerous with flash flooding. All right, so one of the really famous sections of Red Reef is the rope ladder. We're gonna head on up and see what we can find. Safety third, guys. We are above the ladder on Red Reef, and we have found a swallowtail butterfly drinking some water and some bees. Hi, swallowtail. Sneaking up on the tree frog. Hi, tree frog. So canyon tree frogs don't really live in trees. They live in these red rock canyons, but you can see just how well they blend in. Hopefully he will croak for us. He sounds a lot like a goat. This particular riparian ecosystem is a small spring-fed stream, but it is enough water to support various plants and animals that need high amounts of water, like these cattails, and we have some cottonwood trees and some ash trees, and if you listen carefully, you'll even hear several different species of frogs. Hunting frogs by the sound of their croak. See the crawdad? crawdads or crayfish are small lobster-like crustaceans. Some live in flowing water, like these. Some live in still water sources. They have teeny tiny feather-like gills, and they are omnivorous. So they will eat bugs and plants and decomposing material at the bottom of this water source. So this is a horsehair worm, and it is a living creature. And I know that they're parasitic, but I'm gonna have to get back to you guys on just whom exactly the horsehair worm infects. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, I did my horsehair worm research, and honestly, I kind of regret it because nature can be super weird and super gross sometimes. So take a deep breath. Here's a heck of a story for you. The female horsehair worm lays her eggs in a body of water, and the eggs hatch as a tiny larva, and they just hang out and they wait to get eaten by larvae of other animals like mosquitoes. So the larvae eat them, and then the larva inside the other larva doesn't die. They just hang out for that other animal to turn into whatever adult animal it's going to be, say a mosquito, and then they wait for the mosquito to get eaten by a grasshopper or a cricket. And as soon as that mosquito gets eaten by a grasshopper or a cricket, the horsehair worm larva chews its way out of the dead mosquito, and then chews its way out of the digestive tract of the grasshopper and into the body cavity, and then it grows to maturity inside the body cavity of the cricket. And then as soon as it is mature, it affects the chemistry in the cricket and makes the cricket crave water. And so the cricket heads out, finds a water source, and chucks itself into the water source, thereby drowning, and the horsehair worm wiggles its way out of the dead cricket that it caused to kill itself, and then the horsehair worms begin their truly bizarre cycle of life all over again. I tell you guys, nature is wild. We are down along the Virgin River, right at the Babylon area. What we're gonna look for down here are some eggs in these shallower kind of puddles right along the river. Hopefully we might find some tadpoles, we might find some different larvae, and if we get really lucky, I'm hoping we might find either a salamander or a salamander larva, a water dog. So keep your fingers crossed, and we're gonna head upstream. Okay, hear me out. I have a theory. There was a salamander, and then the raccoon ate the salamander. Rude. Constant quest to bring you guys the high quality content that you're looking for. Found some quicksand here. Watch the mud. Ready? Ah, it's got me. Okay, there we go. So since we're not having much luck with aquatic wildlife down here on the river, I thought I would take a minute and explain to some of the kids that are viewing and some of my other viewers that the quicksand that you see in movies and the quicksand that I think that you kind of picture isn't really what quicksand in real life is like. So quicksand is essentially just really watery mud, and you have to mess with the surface tension of the liquid before you'll begin to sink. And you know, my feet are a little bit worse for the wear right now, but I was able to quickly and fairly easily get myself out of the quicksand. So if you're ever along the shore of a river or a stream and you start to sink in quicksand, it's not gonna suck you up like in The Princess Bride or anything like that. It's just super soupy mud and you can pull yourself out pretty quick. So be safe, but don't panic about quicksand. Thank you guys so much for following our journey down to the river today. Hopefully you learned a little bit about the path that water takes through our desert ecosystem and a little bit about the plants and animals that call these riparian areas and the water itself home. Don't forget to please like our videos on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tune in next week.